I think there was always a burden to do something privately, because obviously I had been very lucky. I'd gotten a lot of knowledge on my travels, and every day I kind of saw gaps, especially in the IT sector, data. We're a country that I sometimes feel make decisions out of emotion without really looking at data. And so it was always a dream for me to set up a company that would use data to make decisions. So yeah, so eventually got very broke, lost the job, and so the desperation now became a necessity. I had to do something. Registered a company, found a very, very brilliant business partner, and over the last few years, we've transformed ourselves into a locally based company that we believe is changing the way people look at data, the way people consume data, the way we engage the public. Yeah, but obviously, I can sit down here and talk about a success story. I think we're not anywhere close to that. We learn every day. We get new experiences every day. But I'm just happy that we persevered. They always say that if your business can last 5 years, which we've pretty much done in different shades of it. We're here and we think the future is ripe. I think the country is ripe for innovation, for anybody in the data analytics technology space. And I think we just want to be at the frontier of the new innovations that this country desperately needs. I think you have to be able to read the mood, current mood, what's the trends and things like that. So when we started, the premise of our business was very simple. We wanted to provide internet connectivity to everybody. And obviously we found that to be quite difficult because the infrastructure was very expensive. The cost of data was very expensive. And the way our Wi-Fi platform works is that we subsidize it by advertising. So we allow the public to view adverts from different content providers so that ultimately the public can get free Wi-Fi. But I think it soon dawned on us that there were so many institutions that were still very steeped into the traditional ways of marketing. People were still happy advertising on billboards and newspapers, radio, TV. So sometimes it was very, very difficult to convince people to move from the traditional ways of advertising to captive Wi-Fi. Happy to say that the mood or the trend has changed. We don't necessarily have to convince a lot of people on that front. People are beginning to see that our platform doesn't only allow them visibility, but it allows them to interact with their clients to the point that they get a bit of information. Who's seeing my advert? Where are they seeing it? What age group? Those kind of things. Things that can go back into decision making. So that's the one bit. Basically, that's our baby. That's the thing. That's the one aspect of our business that we really are passionate about. COVID-19 changed a lot because obviously the government wasn't really allowing people to go out in public places, and we thrive on being out in the public so that they can consume our services. And we had to rethink our business model. Happy to report that we've gotten into the artificial intelligence space now, and one of the key products that we have now is the Ministry of Health's chatbot on COVID-19. We've worked with some brilliant people at the Ministry of Health, USAID, JSI, to collect as much information about COVID-19, put it on a platform where people can get real information, authenticated information. Because I think one of the problems that was inherent of COVID-19 was the misinformation. There was all sorts of things, people drinking all sorts of things to do. But I think in our own little way, I think we have been very instrumental in mitigating the effects of misinformation. The platform itself has evolved. It's got its own life right now. We get over 5,000 questions every week. And these questions are sent back to experts. Once we get the answers, they are re-engineered into the platform. So now it's almost like you're talking to another human being, and we'll continue to do that. Hopefully the Ministry of Health can allow us to explore other areas of health provision outside COVID once this pandemic is under control, because we believe that we could be easing the burden of labor. Because right now, we've got a call center, and imagine if every Zambian was calling just to ask the most trivial of things. Right now, go on your WhatsApp, go on the website, you'll be able to get a lot of information. The bits that you can't get, you can still ask the system the question, and hopefully we can get that answer to you in a couple of days. It's an exciting time for us. And I think it should be an exciting time for every Zambian. If you're going to just be focused and look at the opportunities that exist in the country and find solutions for them, I think there's no better country on earth for innovation. I honestly say that, and I believe eNgoma is a product of just how open some of these doors in this country are. We've gone to Zicta, we've gone to Smart Zambia, we've gone to the Ministry of Communication, Ministry of Health, and we've met people at the highest level. People have allowed us to walk into their office, listen to what we're doing, and they've been very, very supportive. So you get to hear all these stories about it's difficult to do business in Zambia and things like that. I believe that if you've got the right mindset, you've got the right product, you've got solutions for the many problems that our country has, people will listen to you and people will support you. Institutions are getting online, making sure that people know authentic sources to get information from. There's too much misinformation in Zambia, because every time I get a forward, and we love forwards, is there a place where I can go and authenticate this information? Government agencies, for example, do they have a bulletin board where for anything that comes out, they can counter that? If somebody says something about a bank or an NGO, is there somewhere where we can get this information? Maybe we can, but as long as people are not connected, they will be vulnerable to misinformation. And that probably is one of the biggest problems our country is facing, lack of information. And we can only do that by making sure that a lot of people get online, they are educated on where to get authentic information, and it will propagate to a more informed citizen, a more business-minded population, because now you can trade, you can sell your shoes online, you can do all those kind of things. We need that. You can learn. People are not going to school right now because very few people have access to e-learning. Imagine if everywhere in our communities there's a place where people can go and at least get 2-3 hours of online learning. We don't know when this thing is going away. It means that the poor kid in Tendere, in Chaisa, in Senama are not going to school. So those are the reasons why we really need to get this thing working, and everybody needs to come together to make this thing work. But I want to take this opportunity and give my personal gratitude to the Ministry of Health. You would be surprised the amount of support we've gotten from Dr. Malama, Dr. Chitalu, and just the rest of the team.